Hi, welcome back to Musicians Edition. We had a request for fast fingering exercises. Ready to get fast with those fingers? Let's go! So we had a request for fast fingering exercises. So I made us this fast fingerings for flute. You can find the music in the description below. And if you don't have a printer, no worries. We'll be putting the music up on the screen so you can read it. All right, so taking a look at what we have coming up, we have the warm-up. Now, you should always do some form of a warm-up before playing your music or doing these kinds of exercises. You just want to warm up the embouchure, get the fingers in motion, get the posture, just get the feel and just get warmed up. Warm-ups don't have to be super long or anything crazy, just something so you feel ready to play. So that's what we have going on here. Now, I know in all our other lessons we've been going everything note by note, but since this is a fast fingering exercise, if you're just starting here and are in need of the notes, I recommend going back to either some of the scales it ties to or some of our earlier lessons or checking out your books first. So I'm not going to go over the fingerings to these notes. The scales will also be in the description so you can learn the fingerings if you have not done so. They will tie into the ones that we have that are in this sheet. Okay? All right, so let's take a look at our warm-up. So, what key signature is this in? B flat. So if you're wanting to do this one first and don't know all your fingerings, you're going to want to tie this into the B flat major scale. Okay, and this is just in 4/4 common time, 4 beats to the measure. So let's take this slow just for a warm-up. And since this is like fast fingerings, I thought today would be a great day to pull out our metronome and actually use it. So why don't we do that? So here's our metronome. We're gonna take the warm-up a little slower. All right, and I'm gonna still do our count off before we play. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great, so how did you feel about that? It was just a nice, simple warm-up, working our way there, getting the feel for our flutes. So that felt pretty good to me. I don't know how you felt about that pace. It's a little on the slower side, I mean not the slowest side, but the slower side. Our exercise number 2 is basically the same thing except it's written in the 8th notes. So why don't we move on to getting faster. So it's in the same key signature and it's in the same time signature. It's still 4/4. It's just all 8th notes except our end note there, that is the quarter note, but it's the same notes and everything. So why don't we give that a try? And why don't we do, to start off, let's do it at the same speed. But remember, it's 8th notes, so it's going to feel faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see how that felt faster? How did you do at that pace? It's crazy how much doing things in half makes such a big difference. But since this is fast fingers and a lot of us are still beginners, let's take this a little bit slower because it's the 8th notes. So let's see here. How about let's do 40 beats per minute. That's real slow, but with the eighth notes, it's going to still feel faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. How did you feel about that pace? That was pretty slow. I mean, maybe it was a comfortable pace for you. Me, I struggled with it. Why? Because I'm used to playing fast, so I wanted to speed it up. But I did that our first go around too. I'm known for taking things fast and rushing. That's the importance of the metronome though, because it helps us keep on speed. I'm not going to gradually speed us up. I'm not going to gradually speed us down. The metronome's going to keep us where we're supposed to be. And if I happen to try to rush it, I can feel it and I bring myself back to it. All right, let's take it a little faster now. If you were still struggling with even that pace, maybe practice it for a little bit while until you get it. I find that the best way is just to keep working your way up a little bit. So let's do 146 now. 2, 3, 4. So even just that little amount of going faster made it feel kind of dramatic, didn't it? Ready to take it even faster? Let's take it back to our 50 beats per measure. 2, 3, 4. So that still felt faster. So we're just going to increment it and make it go faster by 5 beats per measure. That's the plan. And you can always do this on your own too. And if you feel like the 5 is too much, you can still take your own metronome and do it. Increase it by 1 beat per measure, then the next beat, then the next. That's what I have to do on some really complicated pieces. Is sometimes I just have to take it per beat and work my way like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just don't have the time today to do it that way. All right, so let's take it up a notch even more. So let's do 55 beats per measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. How are you doing so far? Staying with me? Let me know how you're doing in the comments. All right, ready to take it even faster? Let's go for 60. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Still hanging in there? Great. If you're still struggling, remember, just take it back and go from what you can do. All right, ready to go even faster? Let's go for 65. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still hanging in there? Ready to go even faster? Let's go for 70. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Still hanging in there? I sure hope so. If not, not a big deal. You can always work your way here. That's the goal anyway. And to even get faster, flute music gets fast. You're going to want to make sure that you practice for fast fingers. All right, let's take it even faster. But this time I'm going to skip ahead and go to 80. If you don't think you're ready for 80, that's fine. You can skip the video to the next one or keep doing that, or take your metronome and put it at 75 or whatever speed you want to. All right, but for now, we're gonna do 80. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Were you able to keep up? Let's take it faster. Let's do 90. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. How about now? How's it feeling now? Do you feel like you're improving at least? I hope so. All right, let's take it even faster. Let's do it as 100. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's getting fast, but let me tell you something, even though that probably felt really fast, a lot of our sheet music is even faster. And they still have 8th notes and even worse, 16th notes. But that's further on down the road. Don't have to worry about the 16th notes right now. We're not there yet, and that's okay. Let's take it, just for the fun of it, do you want to try? Let's do it at 150, just for fun, right? All right, let's give it a shot. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that was fast. I want to know how you did on that. Just out of curiosity. Wow, okay. You get my drift though, on how to work our way up, right? And with your metronome, you can take it to any speed you want and work at any pace you want. You are in total control here. All right, for now, let's go on to our next exercise, changing key. It's very important to make sure that we practice our fast fingerings in other keys as well. Otherwise, some of your other notes are gonna get forgotten. Now, I didn't write these for all keys. Since we're just learning, I kind of kept it to the ones that we had been working on. So this key signature is the key of C. So if you're needing the fingerings and need to know your scale beforehand, the key of C major scale is in the link. All right, so we'll do kind of the same thing what we did before. We're gonna take it slow and work our way faster and faster and faster. So most of these are eighth notes. The only one you have that's not an eighth note, once again, is at the end, and it's a half note. So let's take this back to, what did we start on, 40? And especially because this is the first time we're playing this, you know, always, in my opinion, it's always better to start slower, just so you can get the feel of the song, feel of the notes, get comfortable, you know. So let's take it back to 40 beats per minute, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. How did you do? Did you remember about your key change? So it's B natural and E natural. Another thing I would like to mention, and probably should have mentioned earlier, but if you're still struggling getting faster throughout the time, pay attention to where your fingers are. I used to see some of my students here. So you see how I kind of have light fingers and how they're just, you know, the closed holes flutes have these little holes in them. Well, they're not holes, but they're circles. And you kind of just want your fingers to rest on them. So your fingers should be very light on the keys. I've seen a few of my students with heavy fingers, and they kind of like go over the keys like this. You don't want to do that. That really constricts you. So make sure that you have the proper finger placements and that they're fast, well, have the ability to be fast, and they're light and free. You don't want to do this. That's bad. You're not going to get very far. So pay attention to finger placements if you're really struggling to get there. All right, back to our exercise number 3. Let's take it up a notch. This time, let's do it to 50 though. All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Still doing okay? It really helps when we take it slow first, huh? All right, let's take it even faster. Let's do 60 now. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Great job. Still keeping up? Great. If not, that's okay too. We have to work our way here. All right. But if you were keeping up and you're ready to go even faster, let's do so. So let's do 70 now. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. How you doing still? Let's take this even faster. Let's do 80 now. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. And even the pros still mess up sometimes. I had a mess up. For some reason, I ended up playing C sharp in there, which we haven't even gone over, but I did. I lifted all my fingers up. So let's play it at 80 again, right? Why not? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. That was much better, at least for me. Did you do better? All right, let's even take it faster, shall we? Let's do 90. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent job. Let's do 100. And then we'll just keep doing them up to 100. And then if you want to keep going even further than that, just use your metronome. Okay, so exercise 3 at 100 beats per minute. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent job. All right, ready to take a look at our next exercise? Now we have a rhythm change, because this is also important, is to practice fast fingers, but with some rhythm changes, because we're not always going to be constantly playing eighth notes, so we need to get in the habit of playing other things too, also quickly. All right, so let's take a look first at our key signature. This is the key of E flat. So if you want to match your scale and fingerings to it that are in the description below, you're going to look for the E flat major scale. All right, so now let's take a look at our rhythms, okay? We have still lots of eighth notes. So we have, I'm just going to count it real quick. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Rest. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4. So you see that we have a couple quarter notes and a quarter rest in here. All right, so let's take it back down to our slower tempo. So down to 40 beats per measure. Here we are, 40, all right. And we have a little bit of register use in here too. So we start off on the lower register, then we become in the mid register, back down to low, mid, low. Just so we're aware. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. did you do? I, even though we were going slower, had a mistake. I played an A natural and it's A flat because I forgot our key signature. How did you do? So that's, this one really works our pinky because sometimes we have the A flat in there. So we have to get that guy also used to moving fast. Let's do it at 40 again since I forgot the key signature and you may have too. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. That was better. Did you remember your key signature? If you still forgot, just take your handy dandy pencil, circle the key signature, write your flats in, whatever it takes to remember. Let's do it again, shall we? Let's do it at 50 this time. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Still holding in there? It's a little harder with the A flats, isn't it? But that's why we gotta practice it. All right, let's do it again, and this time, let's do it at 60 beats per measure. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Still holding in there? This one feels harder, doesn't it? That's all right. Let's do it again, but this time, let's do it at 70 beats per measure. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and this is also where we're gonna get part of an embouchure workout when it comes to fast things. So when we have like the low E to the higher E, I mean, that's where we gotta adjust here. The only fingering we're lifting is here, but it still makes a difference. You gotta do it both. So that's also where this exercise will help with embouchure and going fast. All right, let's do this again, and let's do it at 80 beats per measure this time. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Still hanging in there? Great. If not, still no worries. We're all here to play and practice together. All right, let's try this at 90 beats per measure. I mean, 90 beats per minute. Could you imagine? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Let's take it to our lucky 100. All right. Ready? I know you can do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent job. All right, let's move on to our last exercise now, adding some slurs. So this is also important to work on when we're also working on speed. I know this is fast fingers, but I guess what I had in mind was just fast. So I hope you've been tonguing for all those other exercises because that's what it wants you to do, is tongue the whole thing. This one has some slurs, but not all slurs, so we'll need to pay attention there. Now this is where things get me. I have a tendency, especially when we're playing fast, I just slur and tongue whatever I feel like. That's not right. Let's try to not get in that habit because it's so much harder to break than just to learn it right the first time. All right, so let's take a look at our key signature first because that changed too. So this is the key of F. So if you're matching your major scale with it to look at the notes and everything, you're going to want to look at the F major scale. And that is also in the description. Great. Okay, and we're still in the time signature of 4/4, so no worries there. So our first measure is all slurred, but then we tongue going into the second one. That's all slurred. Then tongue going into the third. The fourth measure is all tongued, and then we have slurs, tongue, that last note. Okay? So let's take this back down to 40 beats per minute. So 40 beats per measure. Last exercise. All right, ready? 2, 3, 4. Excellent. How did you do? This one is kind of interesting, isn't it? All right, let's take it up to 50 beats per measure. Excellent. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Are you remembering to slur and tongue where marked? Great. All right. How about taking it up to 60 beats per measure now? All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Great job. Keep up the good work. All right, let's do 70 beats per minute now. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Still keeping up? Great job. We're really coming a far way. And if you keep practicing these and make them even go faster, you're going to get further, you're going to get faster. All right, let's take this to 80 beats per minute now. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Great job. We're almost to our 100. All right, let's do 90 beats per minute. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. All right, let's take it to our 100. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. I want to know how you did in the comments. Great job today. So just make sure you keep practicing these, and there are a bunch of other fast fingering exercises out there too. I'll put some in the description below, but those are books, so you'll probably have to buy them. Still, it's worth the money. All right, before I let you go, I want to send a quick reminder to hit that subscribe button, the like button, and the notification button so you don't miss any of our lessons. Thanks for joining me, and until next time.